Hi guys,
Hi guys, I'm Alan.
I'm Marco.
So, we are taking you on a little road trip today to a place called Klooga. It's just a bit outside of Tallinn. I don't know how many kilometers.
Maybe 50 or so, not more.
It's a really beautiful place, but the real reason we are taking you there is not so beautiful. Lately, there has been a lot of talk about concentration camps in the US, which are actually detention facilities for illegal migrants. We've been hearing this a lot from far left Democrat politicians such as the
AOC.
Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez,
Hola.
and the squad. So we wanted to show you
The real concentration camps.
the ruins.
But there are no concentration camps anymore, but there were during the Second World War.
Built by Germans.
Yeah, and
we are taking you to a place where thousands of people have been executed, and where a memorial has been built, and where thousands of people still lie.
Yeah, so let's move out. Nice straight road.
We just passed Tabasalu. Not a lot of traffic today, which is a miracle. Soon we will be approaching a legendary place called Väna.
Väna-Jõesuu,
yes.
Väna is a little bit further out. It's really nice beaches here.
On our right.
Cows on the left.
Yeah. One cow behind the wheel. Black cows, interesting.
Yeah.
Fully black, never seen. Okay, 7 kilometers to Väna.
But we are not going to Väna.
We used to have our summer houses here.
In Väna-Jõesuu.
In Väna-Jõesuu, yes.
Actually, the road that goes close to both our summer houses is here in, I think it's in 500 meters or so. That goes to the left.
Probably.
Where the shop is,
Yeah.
and the bus stop also.
An epic shop. Which has stood there forever.
Yeah, as long as I remember.
Okay, we have to drive really carefully here because we have this automatic speed detectors.
Yeah, can't go over 70 kilometers per hour.
Don't wish to get fined.
And now we are approaching the sort of Väna-Jõesuu, I don't know how to say, center. That here on the right you go to the beach, and on the left there are a lot of summer houses. And we also
after this green building here, you will see the legendary Väna-Jõesuu shop, which has stood here since the early 90s.
I think it burned down once though.
Yeah,
but they rebuilt it. Yeah, and actually here there was also a small shop. We called it like a river shop.
Yeah, there was.
Next to this house, but I don't think there is a shop anymore. Or in this house actually. Hi guys.
So we made it.
So now we arrived here to Klooga concentration camp memorial.
That's the first memorial, which used to be the entrance to the concentration camp. As you can, I don't know if you can see, this picture is not the best, isn't the best of quality, but this is how it looked like.
So this is the first memorial for the murdered Jews between
that were executed here in
1941 to 44.
Yes, from 1941 to 1944, there were thousands of them.
And they were brought here from all over the Europe, or mainly Eastern Europe.
From
yes.
Czechoslovakia,
Poland, Latvia, Lithuania, and of course from Estonia. So now we're gonna proceed to the sort of the, how we would say, main memorial.
The largest memorial, which is on top of a little hill. But we're gonna explain to you what this hill is. This whole area is full of
Well, this is
trenches.
This is actually the territory of the old or concentration camp, as I understand.
Yes, and this area is full of trenches where Nazis executed Jews. It was called a sardine method, where basically ditches were dug. Whoa, slippery here. Ditches were dug, and then people stood on the edge of a ditch and were shot.
So now closing to the main memorial. So actually this hill, or how you put it, most of the remains of the...
So basically we are standing upon a mass grave where there are remains of 2,000 people buried beneath us. And these people were Jews executed by the Nazis
on 19th of September 1944.
Just before they retreated. Around the two memorials we noticed these little stones being left here. We suppose it's some sort of a Jewish tradition. Maybe some of you guys can write in the comments what it actually is. I don't know if you can see this, but these are these sort of trenches that I was talking about earlier. As you can see, the ground is very uneven. When the Nazis executed these people, they were actually buried all over the place. But after the war, the remains of these people were dug up by the Soviets and placed here beneath this memorial. So yeah, again, this is a mass grave
for 2,000 people.
For 2,000 dead Jewish people that were executed by the Nazis.
So this site here now has or describes the events that happened here starting from 17th of September 1944 and how all the people were murdered here.
So what basically happened, it's actually quite gruesome. People were taken to their execution on the back to the execution spot on the back of the trucks, 50 to 100 people at a time, first men, then women. And what they did actually, I don't know if you can see this, as I said, it's quite gruesome. They built these big pyres from wood. Wooden planks were placed on the bottom. Then people were forced to lie down and were executed by a single shot to the back of their heads. Then another layer of planks was placed on top of the corpses, and another group of people were coming in, forced again to lie down and executed with a shot to the back of their head. I mean, this is a really horrible way to go. Imagine to be taken to your execution. You are forced to lie down while seeing already executed people below you. And as I said before, there were 3 to 4 layers of people like that executed in total, and then these huge pyres were set on fire.
Yeah, that's a really terrible events. And if you come to Estonia and if you are next to the Klooga, then it's a huge site. Actually, there's a lot of descriptions what happened here. The storyline goes from there to back over there, and you can see all the information and pictures for yourself.
Otherwise, it's a really beautiful forested area, really calm, really quiet. If you didn't know that this was a death camp and thousands of people were murdered, thousands of innocent people were murdered here, it would be actually a nice place to take a walk.
Yeah, it's a nice place. Actually, there is a nice beach close here, and there is a lot of summer houses around here. So yeah, you never know what could have happened here if you don't have read it from here. Actually,
it makes you wonder about these SS soldiers who were executing people. How can you do such a thing to another human being?
That's a good question, because actually,
and as we were yourself with that afterwards?
As we are reading here, the Germans were retreating. So actually, they were evacuating themselves from here. They could just let the prisoners go,
or just let
them go, or just leave them here back to the camp. I don't understand why they needed to execute them. I mean, that was really, it's not understandable.
And how can you do such a thing? I mean, how can you do such a thing to another human being and live with yourself afterwards?
Yeah,
it begs a question.
That's a good question.
You need to be either a psychopath or, I don't know, thoroughly brainwashed.
Brainwashed, I think, yeah.
Okay, we are done with our tour. We are back at the entrance, which used to be the entrance to the Klooga concentration camp. And to conclude this video, we started off by talking about the AOC and other radical left politicians who are comparing the detention facilities on US-Mexican border to concentration camp and Holocaust. Actually, honestly, it is disrespectful to the real victims of the Holocaust, because these detention facilities are, as the name says, detention facilities for illegal migrants. Basically for people who are trying to enter the US by illegal means. They are being kept there in humane conditions. It is not comparable to the actual Nazi death camps where innocent people were being executed very gruesomely. Thus, radical left, far left politicians like the AOC and the Squad should study history a bit more before making such false statements, because it is actually really disrespectful to the real victims of the Holocaust and innocents who perished in those death camps.